Okay, away from Spider-Man, away from unoptimized games, this is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. This is the second installment of the game. I have never played the first game, so I had no idea what's waiting on me inside the game. I played a little bit. It looks medieval, you know, the kind of game that I would have gave my whole money when I was a kid to play. But yeah, I had never played this game before. So yeah, let's go see. First, let's go see the graphics. So right now it's 4K. No VSync. This is connected to VSync, so it's not going to be relevant frame rate limit. I'm going to disable DLSS because it was on, so DLSS. I'm going to put it actually on native AA, and there's no motion blur. And because this GPU has only 10 gigabytes of VRAM, I put everything on high instead of ultra. Oh, there's like more. Okay, so high, and then confirm. And this is gonna be like 4K, no DLSS, actually with DLAA on high settings. And let's see how the game runs. Let's see how it loads first. Is it gonna take a long time, or is it gonna take seconds, minutes, hours to load? It's halfway, so it's not as fast as it should, but yeah. At least the game looks actually awesome. As you can see, 50 FPS, with no DLSS. No, this game doesn't have ray tracing. It has like baked in lighting, baked in shadow, baked in reflections, and that's why you can see like these reflections, they don't look as realistic as these textures right here, because no ray tracing and all that. But still, I mean, this game uses 6 gigabytes 0.1 on 4K, no DLSS, which is pretty good, pretty nice to see. And as you can see, it looks awesome. Doesn't look like coming out of 2005. It actually looks good. The characters, though, they look like they need a little bit of work. I don't know, they look like video gamey kind of style, but to be honest with you, we don't really need that to be realistic, too realistic, that it can like just drop performance. Now this is fine for a game of this caliber. And as you can see, the only problem that I have with this game is like those shadows popping in. You can see like they're flickering, and also like you can see popping through like the whole game. When you come close to subjects, they become, you know, high fidelity, but far away they still like, I don't, they have to fix the LOD of this game, because far away objects don't look as good, and you can notice the pop in when they like just pop in out of you know, out of nowhere. So yeah, let's try DLSS right now. And I picked this location. This is like the intro. This is like the first 5 minutes of the game. I picked this location because it has a pond, as a lake or a pond or whatever you want to call it. And water and vegetation are the only things that are very expensive for the GPU to run. And this location has both. So yeah, let's see with DLSS on quality how it runs on the 3080. And as you can see, my my undervolting is not working in this game for some reason. I have the undervolt on, but it's not really working for some reason in this game. I don't know why. I still consuming. This is what it, you know, this is like how much it consumes without any undervolting, without anything. So 360 to 380 watts on this GPU is like the default. But I actually have an undervolt. Let me just show you right here. I actually have an undervolt. You see the curve here. It's actually undervolted to like 975, and it's to 2100, but it's not even taking anything. So yeah, that's I don't know if it's the game causing this, or is it that the GPU doesn't like the game or something like that. I have no idea. But as you can see, 80 FPS is not too shabby, and the 1% loads are actually pretty good. They're not too far from the average FPS and the actual FPS. Yeah, and as you can see, it's using 5 gigabytes of RAM. So the game looks nice. It's just like some popping here and there, and yeah, that's just about it. Like some flickering of shadows when you're like far away from the objects that are being shaded. You know what I mean? So let's just go and try DLSS on performance. Where's the DLSS? It's gonna be the other one right here. DLSS on performance. Right here. I'm gonna put DLSS performance right here because I forgot to put DLSS quality. Let's confirm. Okay, let's go back. So the DLSS on performance gives me 20 more FPS, and as you can see, like it was like 50 something without any DLSS on native 4K, and with DLSS performance, which is 50% of the resolution, it doubled the FPS to 104, 106, 108 probably gonna go. And this is probably gonna go down to like 90s, like high 90s. And let's reset the 100% lows, the 1% lows. Why am I saying today 100% lows? Okay, the 1% lows are actually still in the 60s, which is like pretty far away. They were better when it was 80 FPS or 60 FPS. They were close, but now, even though like I dropped the resolution to DLSS Performance, which is an internal resolution of 1080p, they're still in the oh, now they're increasing to the 70s, which is pretty good. And let me just go to the water and see if it's gonna affect anything. So the water in this game does not really affect that much. It gives me more performance when I'm in the water. It's probably because like faraway objects are like low quality, as you can see, and the water is not really that realistic. That's why I think it's not affecting the performance. But as you can see, like here in the bushes, it drops to the 90s from hundreds, and that's why I'm like vegetation, foliage and stuff is pretty expensive for the GPU to run. Let me just go inside some of these bushes. Just go inside. I can't even fathom why he cannot jump over bricks. So inside, like here, like drops to the 80s. Yeah, so yeah, this is why I picked this area, because when I see it, I was like, oh, this is the perfect area to test this game. This has water, has vegetation, and everything that's needed to put strain on the GPU. All right, right now let's drop resolution, because this game does not have DLSS or FSR frame generation. So the only thing that I can try now is drop the resolution to 1440p. Right here, drop DLSS to native AA and put 1440p, native AA here, and confirm. Oh, let me make that stuff a little bit smaller. Okay, I think this is enough, small enough. And as you can see, without any DLSS on 1440p, this game drops from 6.1 gigabytes of VRAM. The wattage is still the same. The GPU clock gets like a 30 megahertz increase, but that's about it. This GPU should be like in 2100 with the undervolting, but it's not. It's still using the same amount of power it uses on stock, only in this game for some reason. And as you can see, the VRAM is too hot. The VRAM is reaching 100, which is not good. And I only seen it in this game. I mean, this VRAM for this GPU, it's literally like at 121C before it starts throttling the speed. But yeah, as you can see, it's not really doing pretty great in temperature wise. I mean, 90 FPS, 87 FPS on native resolution 1440p, pretty cool. 100% low, 1% lows, not 100% lows. I don't know why I'm saying 100% lows today. The 1% lows are like great. The CPU is not doing anything basically. The CPU is just chilling over there. Yeah. Let's try DLSS. DLSS is going to be here. Put DLSS here. 127 FPS from 90. So the DLSS does not decrease the GPU utilization, so that means that there is no CPU bottlenecking or anything like that. Here, looking at the emptiness of the water, 140 FPS. And looking this way, let me just go through the bushes to see how far it's gonna drop. Looking at the people, it's like it's still 120 FPS ish, like it's more than 120 FPS, but it's close. Let's see inside the bushes, how is it gonna be? Where is it gonna drop to? Oh wow, like 115, which is pretty good. Still pretty good, not bad. I mean, 115 FPS is not bad. And the 1% lows are at 100. But yeah, this game has no issues whatsoever aside from the pop-in of the textures and the flickering of the shading on those textures that are still low resolution. Yeah, this game actually is like, it delivered. It's called Deliverance, and it delivered. All right, let's do DLSS on performance this time. DLSS Performance, put it over here, confirm, yes. And as you can see, there is still no bottlenecking. This is like 720p right now resolution, and then upscale to 1440p, 160 FPS, and the 1% lows are 140 FPS. It goes up to the 50s. I saw it like 57 before, but it dropped to 140s. So still good, still better, like less than 20 FPS difference between the current FPS and 1% lows. And the VRAM dropped to 5 gigabytes instead of 5.6.5, something like that. The RAM's still the same. The RAM's not going to drop that much. It's not even going to drop by dropping resolution, because the RAM only has assets. It doesn't contain resolution or anything like that. The VRAM is what gets affected with the resolution that much. Sometimes some games they drop because the assets, some games have like lower resolution assets as well as like high resolution assets like Cyberpunk, and you would see the RAM dropping usage when you drop the fidelity of the game, like from 4K to like 1080p, or like from high to low. But some games only have like high resolution textures, and they only drop when you drop the resolution. The RAM is not gonna be affected at all. And 5 gigabytes of RAM, not bad. I mean, everybody has more than 8, at least, this time of PC gaming at this time. You know what I mean? Nobody has like less than 8, unless they're not, you know, gaming laptop or something like that. That's not meant for gaming. And as you can see on 1440p, it did actually increase my clock, my core clock on the GPU, and still using more than 300 watts of power. Okay, so let's just drop from the 1440p to 1080p and remove DLSS. Okay, 1080p, put it over there, and drop DLSS. No, I'm not gonna turn it off. I'm just gonna keep it on Native AA, and yeah, put DLSS on nothing from the recording. And now, oh yeah, I have to make that thing smaller again. I think it's small enough right now. And as you can see, with DLSS disabled, this is Native AA 1080p. Everything is high. The resolution dropped, and the VRAM did not drop that much. So the resolution dropped like by 25%. The VRAM only dropped like how much? 22 megabytes. So yeah, it's not really that much of a drop, but still, 5 gigabytes of VRAM, not bad. Not bad. It's not bad at all. And the VRAM is actually dropping, dropping the temperature from 100 now to 96. I would like to see it in the 80s, preferably, because more like the GPUs that I had, the other GPUs like 3090 Ti, 4090, and 4080, they learned from not putting VRAM on the back of the GPU and putting it in the front, the same side on the GPU die, to make it a little bit cool, not a little bit, a lot cooler than this. But they messed up with the 30 series, to be honest. They messed up. They fucked up. All right, so here in the vegetation right here, it drops, you know, 114, 115. It's not bad. The 1% loads are like 105, which is pretty much, you know, what you'd expect from 1080p resolution. And now let's drop it to DLSS quality. Let's see DLSS quality, how it's gonna do. Let's put DLSS quality here, confirm. Go back. And as you can see, 150 FPS right now. The 1% lows on 130 and 140 FPS. The VRAM dropped by 200 megabytes, which is, you know, good for DLSS, but it should be more, because this is like 720p upscale to 1080p. And 720p shouldn't be like 4 gigabytes, but still, you know, everybody has like at least 6 gigabytes of VRAM, unless you have a 1050 Ti or something like that. Anything above that has 6 gigabytes or more of VRAM. So yeah, 170 FPS. Let's see how much is it gonna drop in this bush right here. Let's go inside. So from 170 to 160, 150 something. Well, it's still pretty good. Not bad. Let's see how it's gonna be. Oh, now it's like 130 FPS. Wow. Still not bad. 130 FPS. This game only, like these games, first person, like the maximum is like gonna be like 120 FPS. You don't really need more than that. And yeah, their faces actually look a little bit realistic than that guy over there. This guy looks a little bit better. With the people and the dog here and the fire, it's still like a high FPS, high refresh rate experience. And as you can see, this guy is like has low textures face. I don't know. What about this guy? This guy as well. They don't look as good as that guy over there. What about you? Oh, this guy looks a little bit. No, he is a little bit better than this guy. No, they look the same. They look the same. They look the same. But this guy has like a high resolution face. Is he like a main character or something? I don't know. I don't know. All right, so let's drop it to DLSS on performance now. DLSS performance. Right here, confirm, put DLSS performance on here. Yes. And it dropped resolution now to 540p. And you can see like the GPU is still 100% pegged at 100% utilization. Now it dropped to below 300 watts. And the VRAM still the same, basically still the same. It actually increased from 1080p with DLSS quality, because 1080p with DLSS quality was like 4,745. But the VRAM temperature dropped to 90 from 96. And yeah, I mean, this game has like some weird effect on the VRAM and the core clock. It doesn't let it go as high as it should. It's only on this game with this GPU. I don't know why. I think it's because of, I don't know, the engine does not allow more than that, or like the GPU doesn't like it. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I mean, this game, as I said, this game has no problems whatsoever, aside from the popping of the textures and the shading of those textures being like flickering when they're like low resolution. So it's fine. It's not that bad. So yeah, this game delivered. I'm gonna try it on the 4090 to see like the extreme, like, because this GPU is like on like 60%, not 60%, 30% of the 4090 performance, or like less than 30%. So yeah, probably is gonna be a GPU bottleneck here and there, but I'm not sure. I have to try it to see, because this is how games should release. Like, this is how games should be all the time. As you can see, that shading line over there, like, it's still popping in. The lighting is not even like, this distance is not good, you know, from the player to this like area is not good. Like, this is like the center of the screen, so it's gonna be really noticeable. So if they fix that, it's good. But like, anyway, like, all in all, it's like still a better experience than Spider-Man. And for a first-person shooter, it has to be, you know. This is like an FPS game that has swords and like crossbows and stuff like that. So yeah, first-person experience, it has to have no problems whatsoever. All right, so yeah, let's see you in another video. I'm gonna be trying on the 3090 Ti, like 48. I'm gonna try the 4090 next and see how it runs. If you watched until now, thank you at a minimum, and yeah, see you in the next video. Ciao.